How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So there's been a lot of talk about the FTC. There's been talks about where the Activision Blizzard games are. We've seen James Weingarten stepping down, which either means he's leaving the FTC or is moving somewhere else, or he simply sees no future in this case like anyone else. At the end of the day, the FTC is losing more and more ground with this FTC versus ABK and Microsoft case every single day, with Microsoft porting more and more games, playing the good guy, and actually delivering on their promise to put more games multi-platform. The FTC is losing every inch of ground they actually have in order to actually be able to block the deal. Now, the deal has been done, but it hasn't been, kind of signed off by the courts, because until these court cases are done, you've got I think it's the Cat Tribunal going through now, or Court of Appeal, and you've also got the Ninth District Court that needs to sign this off and just end it once and for all. And clearly, the FTC right now is just using delay tactics because they know what is going to happen the moment this case is finalized. You know, and I know, the moment it's finalized, Microsoft is going to buy more publishers. It's that simple. And I know the conversation is going to open up about Tango. Put a sock in it. It's done. It's over with. Embracer closed down 40 studios, and none of you are crying about that at all. But Microsoft closes 2 studios, and it's the end of the world. Guess what? They also bought all those 80 studios, and they also closed 40 studios. So they closed nearly half of what they have compared to the few that Microsoft closed. So just deal with it and move on with your life, because it's getting boring. But with that out the way, it looks like the pattern here is starting to emerge, and that pattern is going to be pretty damn scary for everyone else once this case is closed. So if you are finding this content useful, informative, or simply want to support what I do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. It really helps getting the video noticed and to a wider audience. If you want to support me further, you can do that from my YouTube membership. YouTube membership offers the basic membership at the cheapest price. Then you've got the Supporter Plus, which gives you early access to content. There are higher tiers if you want to support the channel further, but it is basically the same benefits as Supporter Plus. And I am trying to introduce bi-weekly members-only streams, probably on a Friday. I'm still trying to work out the logistics on what I can do, but hopefully you'll enjoy those as well, and it will be here on YouTube. Now, back to what we were talking about, FTC. So the FTC has clearly been after Microsoft. They've got no grounds to play on anymore. We've seen precedents now being called in from the Starbucks. Microsoft has now stepped in and trying to really spearhead and expedite this case, because they are getting sick and tired of the FTC as well. With the presidential election going on as well, if Biden loses and Trump wins, it's bye-bye Lena Khan's FTC, and in comes another one, and I can pretty much assume that all of this is going to go away by default anyway. So they're pretty much trying to delay and prolong this as much as possible, and that is all they're doing. They're not actually doing anything. And in my honest opinion, the reason why ABK games haven't actually dropped into Game Pass yet is because the deal, even though closed, it's not been formally checked off by the legal courts, which needs to happen in order for the deal to be fully closed. Now, if by miracle, and I say miracle, I'd say there's less than a 1% chance of this happening, the FTC win and they get their preliminary injunction granted, then the actual divestiture of this will happen. But based on everything we're seeing right now, they were saying that Microsoft would hold back games. They were saying that Microsoft would withhold content. They would be making games not parity. All of this has been debunked by Microsoft. Call of Duty is on parity. like for like, PS5, Series X. You're also getting Doom Day 1. There are other games coming over. Hi-Fi Rush went over. Sea of Thieves went over. So Microsoft right now is playing the absolute good guy in order to stay in the good graces of the courts, of the everyone else, and make the FTC look as stupid as humanly possible. And this has been a great ploy for them. It's just this is now dragging on. And because it's dragging on, they've actually stepped up the game and are using the Starbucks precedent that has been set to basically completely and utterly obliterate the FTC's complete argument. And if the courts accept this, which realistically they should, that should really be the end of it. Obviously, the FTC has come back and tried to argue against that, and the judge at the time said, both of you are winners, well done. I think you both need to now sit down and get this over with, because even the judges now are getting pissed off at the amount of delay that this is going on with, and the fact that the FTC is trying to humiliate Judge Jacqueline Corley is pretty insulting to the whole bar, the whole bar itself. So the fact that we haven't seen any ABK games is a testament to this. I think this is the biggest block there is. And this is why Microsoft is not coming out and saying, this is exclusive, that is exclusive, this is exclusive, this isn't exclusive. I think we can all, accept that not every game is going to be exclusive. And Microsoft has been very careful with their words as of late. I mean, for the past year, they're not actually committing. And I'm starting to now think, and I've been saying this in my streams as well, and I know I do at times contradict what I'm saying, but that's my emotions coming out. And even though I know what is real and what isn't real, I'm kind of falling into that emotional trap where I want them to do more and want them to be more ruthless. But I think when my common sense sets in, like it is in this video, it's clear that everything that they're doing, even their wording terminology, is all designed in a way to just get rid of the FTC. And once they've gotten rid of it and the courts have closed it, the FTC at that point can't come back and try to do anything because it's done, sealed, and finished. At that point, I think you are going to start seeing Microsoft coming out and saying, this is exclusive, only on Xbox. This is only on Xbox. This will be multiplat. And I do think we are going to have multiplats. I still think we are going to have timed exclusives where it's going to go to Xbox first and then going to go to other platforms. And we're going to have, fully Xbox exclusives to the ecosystem. That's my view on how things are transpiring. That is how I'm seeing everything go. At the end of the day, it really does look like this is what's going on here. I can't imagine people at Microsoft can be this much in a disarray. It's clear that something is going on. The people up above, it all looks like they're kind of giving up on the Xbox brand, but they're releasing another console. They're looking at releasing a handheld. And we already know that they are because Phil Spencer pretty much confirmed that they're looking at a handheld and they're looking at another console. So they haven't given up on the console. They keep reiterating that the console is the paramount place for them. That is the fundamental core, and Game Pass sits on top of that and goes everywhere else. So without the core, because the core sells Game Pass, and then the Game Pass itself sells itself. So not focusing on the console is silly. And if you're not focusing on the console, then you do become a third-party publisher. But they've constantly reiterated that that is not what they want to do. And I believe that once this FTC case is over, things are going to take a drastic change real quick, real fast. And people are going to see a side of Microsoft that they are not going to like at all. Unless you're an Xbox fan, you are going to love it. But you are going to see a side of Microsoft I genuinely believe that people will not like. They're going to go after third-party exclusives. They're going to start locking away their games because they have every right to, because at that point, once the case is over, ABK is legally theirs. They're still going to have the restriction of Call of Duty, Overwatch updates and Diablo updates. But there's nothing saying that if they decide to release a new game, that has to be multi-platform. No, none at all. If they decide to release a Crash Bandicoot, they can choose to make that multi-platform or not. Obviously, that game probably should be in my eyes, but what I'm saying is there'll be no expectation for them to make it multi-platform. I'm just using Crash as an example, by the way. But this is where I'm at the moment. This is my thought process on this, and this is how I think things are going along. I think Microsoft is playing this game fully for the FTC. And once this is over before the end of this year, which is a perfect time as well, by the way, you got all those kick-ass games coming along from Avowed, Indiana Jones, you've got Call of Duty, you're going to have Towerborn, you're going to have Replaced, so many more coming as well, Diablo update, like there's so many, Stalker 2, too many to count. You get that momentum as a good guy, go into 2025, release another blockbuster year of games, end 2025 on a high, go into 2026, releasing another 2, 3, or 4 games at launch with the new console. Man, that is going to be a really magical thing to see. And I genuinely believe that if Microsoft goes down this path, they are going to be playing real well. But time will tell, because at the end of the day, it all falls down to the FTC. This case has prolonged for way too long. But if the FTC case, I say, ends in the next month or two, you'll probably hear an announcement that they are in a merger or a buyout of another studio or a publisher by the end of the year. If it doesn't happen within the next 2 months, I think that's probably going to go into the next year now and be an announcement closer to April next year so they can actually do their financial year stuff. That's my opinion. That's what I think. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I will see you in the next video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. If you've made it this far, it would really help with the YouTube algorithm. It really helps getting new people on board to the channel and helping the channel grow. If you want to support me further, you can do that through my YouTube membership, starting from as low as $2 and obviously going higher. The Supporter Plus membership gets you early access to content like those that are seeing this now. And of course, if you want to support me further than that, you can do that via the super thanks. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.